This is 149.
This is 149. Well, Venus, to episode 149.
I filled this up a lot.
God bless you. All right.
Ooh.
Refreshing.
Tickled my ball hair.
Damn.
How's it going, guys?
It's going
Chilling.
good, man.
What's up?
149, huh?
149.
Holy
Welcome.
shit.
You know what? I hope you guys enjoy, 150. Because I think we had some fun, filming that.
Yeah, we did. The big 150.
Yes, sir.
Check it out.
Very enjoyable.
So I saw this clip on YouTube, and I didn't know how he doesn't feel certain, how he doesn't see the wrong in his statement. So I kind of want to see what you guys think.
All right, bring it on.
I'm hitting this nigga up, no response. Read in the DM, no response. Like, damn, bro, what's up? I'm going on the next season talking about the group, putting the shit back together. I had a conversation with April on that season.
But hold on, you said on the DM?
Yes.
Wait,
because I don't have the nigga number.
Nah, y'all front, man.
No cap.
You're taking it too far.
Bro, it's always been like this. Like,
nah, it's like
the dude comes
y'all
back.
Y'all don't got a group chat?
The dude comes
B2K
back.
B2K group chat?
So literally, I hadn't talked to him from that time till one day I was at April crib. Before the tour even came about conversation, and he was coming to drop off his kids, and he seen me sitting on the couch. And I was like, what's up? And he just turned and walked away. Tried to have a conversation with him then.
I'm good. Time out. If an average dude is going over to drop off his kids, and he see his group member chilling on the couch eating Cheerios.
What's up? Like, I'm hitting this nigga up.
What are you doing? What are you doing if that happens to you?
Like, if I'm the dude dropping off my kid?
Yeah, and then you see John sitting there with your ex on the couch.
Well, if it's John, I will fucking throwing knife your ass.
You're gonna throw a knife my ass? Dude, you're not accurate with that shit.
You want to try it? I'll bounce it off the fucking wall. I'll do a fucking 360.
Wow.
Okay, so you're going to be upset.
I'll be upset.
Okay, what are you going to do, though?
Other than throwing knife me.
Other than throwing knife you. I would confront it. Like, what the fuck are you doing here, Especially if maybe, like, me and the baby moms ain't on good terms,
Mm-hmm.
Then, like, if you're chilling there, then I'm going to be like, yo, you want to explain why you're here? Maybe there's an explanation. If there's not, then, I think it's kind of almost beef at that point.
Yeah.
Be, right?
Are we throwing hands?
Not at that time. No, it depends on your explanation.
Okay.
Give me both sides. Yeah, if you can, like a good one and then a bad one.
Right.
So give me some examples. What would you say? Like, give me one that I'd be like, all right, it's not that bad. I understand.
Hey, she had been hitting you up. What the fuck you ain't bring my kid McDonald's for? And I was like, oh shit, dude, I got him. Like, I'll get the fucking 2 for $3.50 right now. No worries, man. Get there. The kid ain't home from school yet, dude. So I gotta wait there. Make sure he gets the fucking McChicken.
And he only had enough money to buy the kid the McChicken, so he has to eat
exactly.
Cheerios at the house.
I can't
He's
just
gotta
leave
eat what's
it there.
in the fridge.
Okay, respectfully, I understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Now give me a bad one.
The bad one?
The bad one.
Well, shit, I got the McChicken to eat off her ass, son.
Definitely fucking hip firing my fucking Desert Eagle at that point, dog. Pa 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 pa. Call me fucking Billy the Kid, motherfucker.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, I'll bring out a katana, bro. Just start fucking Mortal Kombat,
what kind
bro.
of fucking cheat codes you got, bro?
GTA.
You got every fucking weapon.
GTA, bro.
Oh shit.
I have another clip that I want to run by you guys. Have you guys ever thought of this? And I feel like you guys have because you guys are both some sick fucks.
I probably have.
There you go.
Like the hottest chicks who murdered.
Oh, really?
And because we want to see, like, like when you're like great at what you do, you can get away with it. I'm sure people have done bits about that. Like, blah 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 was so great, he could get away.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson's so great, he could get away with these things. And we were like, does the same thing work for like hot chicks who kill? Like, would you still fuck? We Googled like the hottest chicks who murdered.
Oh, really?
And
You stop it right there.
No, that's it.
Oh.
we want to see, like,
Damn, that was some Monk's fucking 45-second clip type shit.
So
Okay.
what's up? Have you Googled it before? Tell the truth.
I've never thought of even Googling in that sense. Like hottest murder or hottest serial killer, But I mean, just like they have fucking some of the felons that wasn't there one motherfucker that his mugshot came out and he ended up getting like a modeling deal.
Yeah,
afterwards?
he ended up. Yeah, he was a model. He was like the finest fucking convict or whatever.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I don't think I'm that fascinated with evil to where I want to fuck it. I'm being honest.
I won't be like fascinated by it, but there's some people you see, especially if it's like women in prison, and you're like damn, like you're too pretty for this shit. Like why would you go down that route?
Their environment.
I don't know. Yeah, they could be crazy or whatever.
Survival.
But sometimes it's like you have a certain image. If it's like a female convict, that older smoker voice type of girl.
That fucking bitch that killed the seven dudes.
Arlene or whatever the fuck. I always forget. We've had like 3 fucking instances where we bring her up and we always forget her fucking name.
Oh, fuck that bitch, but her.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I picture when you say like a women murderer.
When you see them, like if you're watching like Locked Up Abroad or Locked Up just in general, and you're just like, damn, like what is she in prison for? Like, word?
Those are the worst ones, probably.
But hey, yeah, that's true. I mean, good for them for following through with that shit. But I ain't gonna Google them.
I'm not trying to go on no serial killer Tinder.
I don't believe that. I feel like you'd be the first one to sign up for that shit.
Oh, I'd watch it from a distance, but I wouldn't sign up.
Oh, you would watch from a distance.
I have fucking morals, dude.
Right.
Well, speaking of morals,
nice.
How do you guys feel about this? If it ever loads for me.
Ooh.
If it ever loads for me.
Hey.
What we got? What are you cooking? Is this necessary?
Yes, I'm cooking beef brisket.
Ooh, beef brisket.
So this is meat.
Yes.
We are vegans. We can't have meat smoke coming into our... No, we're going to stay
Yeah, I've seen this
Yeah,
Go back
wanna
and
try
do
some?
No, that is murder. You are murderers.
Epic, why didn't you?
I'm calling the authorities. I was told when I came to Maine, I wouldn't have to deal with any of this.
doing that.
And your dog is trying to attack.
What we got?
Your dog's trying to attack me.
Is this necessary?
The fucking dog is all trying to play with the camera and shit.
No, fucking dumb bitch. I don't like that. I don't like that shit.
It's blown out of proportion when it's a person like that. But I will say, you can't like tell someone what to do on their own property.
Yeah.
I feel like
even if it's seeping over to yours.
But that's what I'm saying. It's just
it's like if Edward, is over there fucking downstairs smoking a blunt on his shit, and now it's going in, to my apartment. I feel like I have a right to be pissed.
You might.
I guess you can have a right, but at the same time, it's like you don't know what fucking apartment that shit's coming from.
That's true. There's a lot of vents in the apartments.
But she caught the culprit though.
But see, that's the thing though. It's like it's not weed smoking. It's just like he's food smoking. Like a culprit for what? Making
Smoking
fucking
meat,
good food. He's fucking putting nutrients in his body. And you can't talk shit. That dog was just chilling.
Didn't do nothing.
The only beef is in that fucking smoker because she ain't got a leg to stand on.
Amen.
She's probably too weak to stand on that fucking leg
Dumb
with no
bitch.
nutrients and shit.
Yeah, I'll kick you over like a plant.
Yeah, and it looked like a it looked like a fucking actual like property, that shit wasn't no apartment. Like just close your fucking windows, bitch. Like that's
Go
it.
to the fucking store. What the fuck?
Word, go buy a fucking broccoli stem.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna eat meat. Get the fuck out of here.
Ain't no issue with that shit.
Well, I fucking hate that lady, so.
Yeah, that's a Karen, right?
Yep.
Is that what that is?
That is a vegan Karen.
That's the worst kind of fucking Karen. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of like what did I send you the other day? It was a dude in New York smoking a blunt, and the lady's like, "You're poisoning the children." And he's like, "This Karen, get the fuck out of here, Karen."
Yo, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
But it's true, man. I think if you, especially if it's like an apartment or whatever, like if you wake up at 5 a.m., smoke your little blunt, that's when people are going to work and stuff. Like there's, that's the best time to smoke it, if anything, in the morning.
I just think it's more about like, mind your fucking business.
Yeah, exactly.
At the same time,
you can't.
You're gonna do whatever you want. That's cool. That's fine. I don't give a fuck.
It's on your after the smoke comes out. That's not my business.
That's not my business.
That's out. Like
that's the universe's problem now.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude.
That shit
I
didn't
put that
blow
shit
away
in
fast
God's
enough.
hands, and if it goes towards you, then it's for a reason, Maybe you need a little hit, a little
Word.
You know?
Exactly.
I don't agree with these guys.
Right.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and play the next clip because honestly, you guys are getting out of hand.
That's a fair point. Fair point.
Run it.
People don't tell women the truth these days. Men get told the truth all the time.
Like
Women
Kevin
have no problem
Samuels.
telling a man, I don't want an average man. It happens every day on my show. TLC said they don't want no scrubs, and we have no problem telling average men, you ain't crap. But if I just happen to have the nerve to agree with a woman that says she's average, then I'm Satan. I think that's interesting.
The double standard.
I mean, I think that's facts. I don't know if you like the guy or what, but I think that's facts. Bro.
I've seen his clips and shit. Like I get it.
No, that clip though.
Oh, with that one.
No, but his shit's all similar like that. It's kind of like
I agree with it.
calling out those type of double standards and stuff. Yeah, I 100% agree with it.
Have you guys heard the what is the comedian's name? Andrew and something Spears. Do you remember him? He did like
He sounds familiar. Yeah, the black dude, right?
Yeah, he did impressions and shit.
Ari Spears.
Yeah. I just saw an interview with him and he's talking about how like he was saying pretty much saying that Lizzo shouldn't be out there doing what she's doing, you know, like her showing her body off that much or whatever. He's like she low-key looks like the shit emoji. So like you know, and then he's like I'm not the fucking fittest motherfucker in the world and shit, but come on, man, come on. And I mean, I don't know, because it falls in the realm of like do whatever the fuck you want, you know. Like if you're okay with dealing with shit that's gonna come your way because you're doing one thing, then by all means accept it, you know. But I think where it gets kind of funky is when people try to push it onto you, you know, like you should be like this too. Like no, I let you be like that. You gotta let me be the way I am.
I do kind of have a take about that because it's like I saw some shit on TikTok the other day. It was Lizzo. And she was wearing, I don't know if it was pants or like a thong or whatever, but like her ass was kind of sticking out. And she was like, oh, it's time to bring the butt crack back. Like, bring it back. And she was like shaking her ass. And I was like, bro, that is not the wave right now. Like, that's the last thing motherfuckers want to see. Like, you have no choice but to have your booty crack sticking out because your pants don't fit. Like, not everyone's like that, you know? Like,
no,
and I just think it's kind of that. Again, I don't mind body positivity, but there's a point where it goes.
Fine line.
Yeah, there's a fine line where it goes too far. Like Nicki Minaj got a fake ass that's unhealthy, and Lizzo got her ass crack sticking out that's unhealthy. I don't know. It just it just sets a standard where everyone thinks they can fit it, but at the same time, it's like she should not be fitting that. You know.
I know that's a good hot take.
Goddamn.
Goddamn.
You got one?
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys have heard, but NASA the other day, they actually captured something coming out of a black hole. Which I mean, if we decently pay attention in fucking science class, we know that black holes usually suck. They don't ever spit nothing out.
Right. Like monks.
Checks out.
Fuck you guys. Motherfucker. But they also happen to record noises that come in from the black hole, and I happen to have the fucking video right now.
How'd you get the exclusive scoop, dude?
Hey,
what's up, dude?
You guys, Russia's hiring if you guys are wondering.
Oh shit! Can I be a hacker?
What was your
influence an election?
Nah, I ain't with that shit. That's just whack.
No.
Yeah, no. More of like what's it, laundering money and shit. So this is what a black hole sounds like.
Spit a rhyme, John.
I told this bitch.
He told her.
I'm trying to sift through the ashes. I'm trying to just be classless. And I don't mean have no dope. I mean be in the class selling dope.
Ooh,
hey, has anyone like sampled that shit?
No, not yet. You should probably
That's
take
hard,
that shit.
bro.
But that's the noise.
That's really hard.
That's the noise that's coming out of it.
I feel like that's just a pad. Like somebody got their fucking keyboard.
Somebody was just sitting there
and they just made
they
that
hit
noise.
a preset and that was it.
Yeah, bro. Like that, I could make that in like 2 minutes.
Hey, well, let's do it, man. We can sell a lot of that fake video shit, bro. I think it's wild though that like we're itching closer to having a connection with maybe a whole other planet. They did just also discover, I think, a planet that's like 25% or 30% bigger than Earth. Has a lot more water and shit. And the only thing is that it goes around its sun pretty fast. So like, I think a year is like 11 days or some shit.
Wasn't it?
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was. It was like 11 or 13 days.
Yeah.
Or even less. Wasn't it like 6 days?
No, I think I remember. The one I saw was 11. Like it's 11 days.
It's nothing
is a
but
year.
oceans on that on that planet.
Yeah, and it's fucking nuts, right? A whole year and 11 days or whatever days it actually is.
Yeah. You said it's an ocean?
It has more ocean than Earth.
Yep.
But it's also bigger.
It's basically covered like in nothing but water. They say that like one of the layers is just water.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely not like survivable then. But I guess it leads to that next step because, I mean, the fact that it has more water, then that means it's not going to be able to hold as many people. But if it goes so fast around the sun, like you don't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
What effects that would have on people.
Yeah, would you grow older?
Quicker,
bro?
I don't know.
I guess it would depend on like the atmosphere and stuff.
Because I think
too.
the number, and how it affects your entire body.
That is so trippy.
You know
How
what
you can
I'm saying?
take somebody from here and drop them there, and it's different.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I could see maybe your actual age number going up a lot quicker, but maybe you don't age with it. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, you could be 150, but technically you're 40 years old. You know, like some crazy shit like that probably. But the most interesting thing that I found was that black hole, the thing that shot out of it. Because to me, that means that it's not. It almost could be a highway system. Because if things can go in and come out, then it has to bridge somewhere. You know, there has to be an opening on one side and then this opening. You know,
that's kind of the thing though. Is like you don't want to be the first person to test that shit out.
No,
because the theory is like a black hole tears things apart that goes in it.
Yeah, and it's infinite. You just keep.
Yeah, and you keep going.
Yeah.
Maybe you end up on the other side at some point, but it's like you don't want to be the dude to drive a ship into that and just get completely warped into just debris.
Yeah, just fuck pretty much. Make it nowhere.
Like I'll let Elon figure that out before I go through a fucking black hole. You know?
Yeah, no, I think the science has to be definitely there before I think it's even attempted. You know, but it's crazy to think that it might be a possibility now.
But that's what I think the interesting thing is that now we're actually getting to see like more high quality pictures. We're getting to see farther out, more detailed stuff, and that's really fascinating because it's kind of like it's just reinforcing the shit. You know how when we're thinking, my thought process has always been like the mystery of it all. I don't care about being part of it, but I at least want to know.
Yeah, you want to know something.
I want to know what's going on. And this is kind of a step closer to where it's like you're seeing more detailed stuff and you're like, oh, all these galaxies do exist. Like I figured they did, but now you actually see it in real time. So it's like I hope in the next couple of years, you know, when we're old as shit, that we're able to find like evidence of a planet that's actually livable.
Yeah, just like us.
Or alien life or whatever. Because the thing about like planets like that with just nothing but oceans and stuff is like a lot of them probably have like sea life, like different alien underwater life type of shit. And it's like I would love to see some evidence of that. Like,
or maybe they have like a true Atlantis.
Maybe they have like a mermaid. I was just about to say.
Yeah, exactly. Like you just see like a shadow, like something, a tail, like something, bro, just to show that there's life on other planets that don't have to look like anything we have here.
Yeah, I really hope so, and that's why I'm excited. Like I follow the James Webb Telescope because like some of the shit they post, like the picture they just posted of Saturn, like that shit is fucking, it's gorgeous, you know, and it's like that's crazy to think that it's like. It's directly, you know, around us. Like, it's right here, right there, you know. And all the galaxies, they have now clear pictures where they can do, like, infrared and normal. And, like, you see fucking, like, the space dust and shit. And it's fucking pretty fucking crazy to see that shit that it's technically, like, right above us, you know. It's, like, not even light years away sometimes. Sometimes it's real fucking close. I think it's amazing.
In our backyard and shit.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think the whole black hole shit is fucking trippy. When I saw it, I thought it was pretty interesting. I was a little skeptical, but I feel like if a black hole is gonna sound like anything, it's probably gonna sound like that. Yeah. The whole that new planet that they discovered, though, I thought that was pretty interesting, and the reason why is like John said, there's probably, marine life. Isn't that what they would call it?
Mm-hmm.
There's
marine life.
Yeah, like aquatic life, whatever the hell. You guys know what I'm trying to say. There has to be fish. There has to be that sort of thing in there, and maybe man came from a mermaid. You never know. Maybe we didn't come from a chimp. You know what I'm saying? Like
Darwin, you fucking idiot. See?
I'm just saying. We have oceans here too.
We do. That we do.
And that's apparently where we came out of in the first place. Like,
that would make sense.
It was fish, sea life. Something crawled out of the beach onto the beach.
Yeah, it starts to crawl.
And then evolved into a fucking monkey.
Mm-hmm. Then us.
You?
Help me. I'm not fully evolved yet.
Oh, that I believe
your ears
that.
are still growing.
I got one final fucking form.
Okay, cool.
Like, come on, I'm 40 and shit.
Whatever.
Goddamn.
Well, staying on that, there's been a drought lately in Texas, and at the bottom of a riverbed, they found fucking dinosaur footprints. They date back about I think 113 million years ago.
Damn.
But it's crazy, like how much shit is coming out right now. Because there's another one, I don't remember where it's at, but it was Europe or some shit, where this pretty much like fucking rock was. The water was, sinking, obviously, or the low tide was coming or whatever. Mm-hmm. And on the actual rock, it was like scribbled or like engraved, saying like, if you see this, run. Like, like if you're reading this, like you're in trouble.
Right.
And it's fucking crazy to think like, how serious to take warnings like that from our past. Like, should we really pay attention to them, or should we just, pretty much say like, it happened back then, it's not going to happen now, it just happens to, we happen to read it right now.
That's kind of the first thing I thought, is like it was probably written as a message to people in that time. Like if it was invading party or like animals or something dangerous, that they were like, that was the only way to communicate, and they wrote that. And we just, the reason we're discovering it is like the aftermath. Like they obviously survived that shit.
Yeah.
And then we got to see it. So I don't know. I guess that jumps into the point where it's like, maybe don't take it seriously, but if it ends up being something serious, it's like, oh fuck. Like
we were warned.
We were wrong. We were warned, and we were wrong to take it as nothing but lightly. So yeah, I can see that.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
He's still gonna get fined.
You know what though? You know what I was thinking when you said that it was at the bottom of a lake bed? Like, why couldn't it have been the Loch Ness monster type shit? Like, did anybody think of that? Like,
no,
could that have been like the footprint of that thing?
Because it's like shaped like a velociraptor almost with the three. Like,
and I think it's more like
foot looks like.
That's true. That's true. No, he got a point.
I'm just saying, just throwing it out there.
Well, there was this other video that I just happened. I don't know if you saw it, but it was at the bottom of the Indian Ocean or some shit. But they captured what looks like a prehistoric fucking dinosaur, pretty much, like a shark with like fucking goddamn
web
fins
feet
and
or some shit.
Like,
oh, fins.
Yeah, like fins. It's fucking crazy. I don't know if I have the video, but I'll find that shit. But it, like, more things are coming about now, and I could see that some dinosaurs maybe survived, because there's parts of the ocean we have no
like
idea
evolved
about.
And shit.
Yeah, and just stayed low. There's food down there, obviously, because there's other fish.
I don't know, every little thing that comes out, I think more about the hollow earth and like the shit inside there, because you got to think about like the pressure, the temperatures and shit.
Yeah.
There's probably more stuff that can survive down there if they're adapted to it.
That is just trippy thought, man.
Fucking music.
Of course. Oh shit.
Irish Sea, sorry.
The Irish Sea. Where's the Irish Sea? I don't know.
Is that an oil rig?
It has to be, right? That's the type of camera
that's the only way.
goes.
Yeah. But right, like shit like that. Like, I think, if we're really fucking up the earth the way people say we are, then I don't see why they wouldn't come out.
You think we're like shaking shit loose?
Yeah. I think what I think is happening is like an effect to where we're fucking up the earth so bad that somehow, some way, we're fucking up the feed down there. So now they know from past experience, because they've been around obviously for millions of years, that they know that if they get closer to the top, there's still food. And then what happens when they find the human, the taste for that kind of blood and shit is what I'm getting at.
And they just start hunting people.
Just start hunting people down. Why not?
And what if they evolve and get feet and they just walk on shore?
That is some scary shit. That's where Godzilla came from.
See what I'm saying? Very possible. Very possible.
God damn,
How do you think of these things?
A lot of weed.
Holy shit.
A lot of weed and a lot of time just thinking.
Are we advocating for weed?
Yeah, but I mean, it's crazy, right? Like what I'm really hoping for happens towards the end of my life is that we find that Middle Earth actually exists.
Mm-hmm.
That right there, I think I'd die pretty content knowing.
Something like that, yeah.
Because there's a lot of talk about the wall, like around Antarctica, you can't go out and shit. Because in reality, like the world is fucking huge.
Yeah,
like we're pretty big, and there has to be undiscovered spots. There has to be.
Oh, for sure.
There's no fucking way we've done it right. There's changes another subject to conspiracy, but I don't know if you've heard about the Pan Am flight 914. 914, whatever the fuck.
I've heard of a few Pan Am flights, I'll be honest.
That's right, because there has been a few. Well, this one's like the one they based that show off of, where they fly and they've been flying for fucking 5 years.
Okay, yeah.
So apparently, that flight took off, and then it took off, never landed. It landed 37 years later, apparently, in Indonesia. And when they pretty much got there, they said that the plane landed, whatever, people got off and shit, and that the pilot just took right back off by himself, just left, and shit. So, like, do you think... my theory is that the Bermuda Triangle, it's almost like a gate to somehow, some way, another world. Right? And you know how our world is constantly moving.
Yeah.
So what I've seen in a theory I've seen is that the Bermuda Triangle actually moves through the world. It doesn't stay in that spot. It kind of shifts up.
So it's like a constant portal.
Yeah. Because the last time I saw it, it was near Florida. So I can't imagine where it's possibly at now.
Well, that's where it's at. That's where the Bermuda.
Yeah,
Triangle
right
is.
by
a little
Florida.
bit. It looked like a little bit right near. Because it's at the bottom, right?
It's to the right of. It's like.
Right. Yeah, it's the ocean.
The way I saw it, was on the
ocean, right?
It was on the other side of Florida. So not on the original side, it's on the inside.
Okay.
So to think that moves and that all these things can happen within that little portal and shit could explain a lot, I think, and why maybe that plane was 37 years in the air. That's kind of amazing, honestly. But I don't know how to not believe it.
You said the plane was in the air for 37 years?
37 years.
What do you mean by that?
Like, they took off and they didn't land back until 37 years later.
So
That's
what? He just appeared. He's like, "Yes, sir. We're about to engage." I don't know what the hell. Like, he just came back and he just was on the radio again.
Yeah, like he had called in to land.
Control?
Yeah, to land in Miami, Florida. But he got the call in Indonesia or some shit.
Was he by himself?
No, the whole fucking
flight,
the whole crew. Yeah, the whole plane was full.
With
what
people too.
Fuck?
Yeah, watch it.
And so what? Those people were claimed disappeared for 37 years.
But the plane crashed and they never found it.
When did that happen? And is this true?
Check it out. I got you.
Pan Am Flight 914 traveled 37 years into the future. In the summer of 1955, passengers boarded a plane that took off from New York to Florida. The flight was only supposed to take 3 hours, but once it was over the Atlantic Ocean, the plane disappeared off the radar without a trace. Hours passed, and the rescue team was sent to find the plane, but their efforts were futile, and it was later assumed that Pan Am Flight 914 had crashed. The airlines declared the case closed until 37 years later in Venezuela when an air traffic controller, Juan de la Corte, identified a mystery plane claiming to be Flight 914, requesting permission to land in Miami, Florida. The authorities were called and the plane landed safely. However, after realizing what year it was, the captain, still in shock, yelled over the radio to stay away, frantically started up the plane, and took off into the horizon and was never seen again. That is why many people are wondering, how did Pan Am...
Why would they tell him what year it is? Like, what relevancy does that mean? Like, does that have? When you're landing?
No, I think it would be something like specific. If you see a plane from the 1950s coming down,
because I mean, if
and he's dressed in that kind of clothing or whatever.
Because let's say the flight was from New York to Florida, right? And they had called in to land in Miami, Florida. So I think, like, I'm gonna put it like, let's say somebody had been working there, for that long. That's a long time, but just to do for the story, they've been working that long, and when they get that call, like, hey, we're Pan Am 914, like, hey, hold on, what the fuck? Like, you guys were the lost plane, like, what kind of shit is that? Like, where were you? You know what happened? Like, it's this time, like, and then for him to freak out and say stay away and then take back off, that's also a little fucking weird.
Yeah, because they didn't even get to see him, right? Like, they saw the plane, but he didn't get off the plane.
No, because right? I think he had called. They were talking through the.
Okay, yeah.
Through the. Air control.
So what?
Shit.
So maybe they were trying to get back to the right time that they took off, and then when he realized he was too far in the future, he went back into the circle.
He probably just thought it was still that year.
Triangle.
Maybe
like it was 3 hours later or whatever.
Yeah,
fucking
if it seemed like that, but I mean, if he freaked out, like because that works. Because if he freaked out, and maybe he had already gone through a few times, like too far back, and then when he got to that time, he's like, "Fuck, like I'm close, but I'm not here," like so he went back, which is crazy because if there's ever a Mandela effect where that fucking plane landed, then then that just throws my fucking conspiracy fucking theories to a fucking dreamland, It's fucking nuts. But I'm paying attention to that one. I'm waiting for that shit.
That is some scary shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like, damn. Like knowing that I've always, I don't know, the Bermuda Triangle. I got interested in it and I got introduced to it through Power Rangers when I was a kid.
Really?
And
word.
Yeah, and ever since I've always been kind of like interested in that shit.
Like so intrigued.
So I've done research and I've seen like the different flights of different ships that they go missing around that area, never to be seen again. That's kind of like it being a portal, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, it could be a portal to like another part, like in Atlantis or something.
Right.
But then, like thinking that it could be a time traveling device, like, or just it allows you to bend time, whatever it is. I never thought of it that way. That's pretty interesting.
Now that you say that, there's just another theory that maybe could be possible, right? Let's say that we are in the Arctic Wall. Right, we are enclosed in that fucking place, right? And the Bermuda Triangle,
the Earth is flat.
Yeah. Don't you see the dome, dude? They turn on the stars every once in a while. It's beautiful. What if but the Bermuda Triangle actually just kicks you to the other side of what our Earth actually is, and it's just a whole nother side, whole nother place, right? A whole nother small Arctic wall of different things, different places, different life.
Okay.
Right? That's also interesting. That's all could be one right there too,
That kind of takes you back to the black hole shit, like being sucked in and then thrown out on the other side. Like you wonder what is on the other side because it's got to end somewhere.
Right, it has to stop somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always a beginning and an end to things, so.
Holy shit, would you do it? Like if someone said, hey, here's $1 million, go explore this black hole.
If I would have to get like some percentage of how likely I am to make it through, So like if they give me like if I low it, like 30% chance that, you're not gonna make it through.
Right.
Then okay. Or like you have 30% chance of making it through. Okay, I might take it. $1 million, I could leave it to fam. Just go, man. Because that's a hell of a fucking discovery.
Yeah.
If you're the first one to clear it,
you be getting the Nobel Prize and shit.
That's it, dude. Just for going through the black hole.
But on the other side of that coin, you come out the black hole, just a foreskin and a toe. Like,
It's like half my face missing and shit.
What do you mean by that?
Like a foreskin on the toe, or like
it's just like the foreskin comes out and then the toe. Like that's it, dude.
Fuck. Well, at least you know something went wrong. You know, as long as I can report that back.
Do you think the military should have intervened
with,
like, to stop it from going in? Maybe shoot it down.
I guess maybe that would kind of prove more like they're hiding something or whatever. Like
or they don't want you to go in there.
Yeah, they don't want you to go in there and find like the good life or the new life about it or whatever.
I don't know, because it's weird how quick it happens. You know, I don't know how active military really is in those type of situations.
What if it's the gateway to heaven?
Huh?
The gateway to heaven.
What would want?
Or hell.
Or hell?
I would put my money more on hell.
Because it could explain why people would come back. Right?
How so?
Like if it's hell, if it's hell, you don't want to stay there. If it's heaven, why not stay there?
So you try to find a way out.
Right.
Oh, damn, I didn't even think about that.
But you know, and each time you come out of a different Bermuda Triangle, it's a different place, you know? It's not home, it's another...
Like parallel Earth type of shit?
Yep. My favorite one.
Damn.
Could you imagine, like, you coming home to your family after that? Like, let's just assume your family is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
But could you imagine, like, the shock, I don't know, that feeling of, like, seeing your wife again that you thought died 37 years ago, and then she shows up exactly how she left? What?
That would then I would need some intense therapy.
Well, the idea is when you go to like space flight or whatever, time moves slower up in space. So you can be out there for 20 years and you haven't aged a bit. But if you go down, everyone's 20 years older, but you're still like young.
Right.
So it's kind of that same aspect where it's like you go through something like that and you come back and everyone's life has moved on.
Right, without you, yeah.
Yeah, but to you it's just like yesterday.
Right. Like I was just here, like what the fuck?
I don't know if I could do that. Like you just go there and your girl's with like your cousin or some shit. Like 15 years later, oh, we thought you were dead. And you're like, what?
I was gone for 3 hours.
Gone, bro. I just left.
What kind of shit is this? That's a mindfuck thing. That's that just completely shatter your reality.
Yeah.
Like there's no healthy way to deal with that. You're you know, like, and then imagine you're the person that comes back. Like you're witnessing everybody die before you. You know, like when it shouldn't have been that way. Almost like immortality, but not really.
Well, that's like the curse of immortality, right? You have to watch everyone around you like age and die.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen a movie called Age of Adeline?
Nah.
It has Blake Lively in it. Do you watch that shit? Because it's just about that. She's a fucking, like, she's immortal. She doesn't fucking, you know, she doesn't age and shit. And she just goes through life like all these different fucking personas. And then like, it's a part where she goes and like visits her daughter. Her daughter's like 90 years old and shit. And she's fucking like 30, 25 shit. Like, you know, it's a good fucking movie. I suggest it. You should watch it. But it's about that. About how they have to see people die, you know, for the rest of their life.
I've always thought that immortality shit was fascinating, though. I mean, there's in the comics especially, there's a dude named Vandal Savage, and he was like a caveman. A meteor crashed, and it had like this radiation, and he like slept next to it for a night, and because of that radiation, he became immortal. And throughout history, he was fucking Genghis Khan, Julius Caesar. Like, it was all different names and shit, but it was actually just him, like, because he wouldn't die.
Right.
So he decided, like, hey, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be a conqueror. I'm going to be a fucking artist. Like, he just did all this stuff over hundreds of thousands of years. And in history, it's, like, different people, but it was just him. Like, just chilling. Like, just, every couple of years, he changes his identity and just becomes a new fucking conqueror. Like, I thought that shit was fascinating, bro. Like, just imagine... You know, it sucks watching people die and shit, but to have that kind of conscience, like, just say, fuck it, like, I'm here, I'm gonna do me, I'm gonna fucking take over this shit.
If they, you know, in the future, obviously come out with something like that, would you take it?
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%, dude. I don't know, like I said, it's just always been a fascination for me. That it's just like, I want to see. But the thing about it is, I wouldn't want to do it now just because it's not that interesting to me. Like, I would rather be in the past, like, okay, born in ancient Greece, and I get to live through everything up until now.
Okay.
Like, just being able to see. I'm more fascinated with, like, history in the sense of, like, I would like to see how Egypt was built, how America was discovered and shit.
Right. Like, you want to go through everything.
Yeah, I want to go through everything and see how it actually happened instead of having to read books or, like, watch documentaries and shit. Yeah. But now it's kind of like we're all discovering this shit together. So it's like, it's not really that interesting.
I feel you. Okay. I get you.
But yeah, would you be immortal, Art?
I'm just here so I don't get fined. You know what, man? I wouldn't want to be immortal. I would want to be immortal through. I would like a guaranteed 100 years on this earth.
Okay.
I would like to be immortal with a time limit.
Yeah.
On it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I want to guarantee that regardless of what I get myself into, I'm gonna be all right.
Right, until you get to the 100th year.
Right.
And then and then you let age take over, or you just die?
I die.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair. I mean, that's like
it's a sacrifice because like I don't want to be like then I get to live my actual life and I age like accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like I do what I got to do in my 100, and then boom.
You'll pretty much be living life without fear. The whole 100 years. That's actually not bad. Not a bad way to live life.
Yeah, I think that's the point. Like that's always been like one of them age-old questions. Like, if you knew you could live life without getting hurt,
what would you do?
What would you do different? Like, you don't have that fear.
And I get it. It does hold people back a lot. Hesitation, doubt, anxiety, stuff like that. So living without it, you fucking conquer the world pretty easily.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Without even second thought, honestly.
You would have some shit to do.
I'd do at least 1,000.
1,000 years? See, I fuck with that, man. 1,000 years, that's enough to fucking...
Because I would be able to see a lot.
I would say 500, honestly. Like, I think 500 is enough to actually see, like, changes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because we only really get, like, 60, 70, if we're lucky, 100 or whatever.
Right.
But that's like, if you make it to 100, you're frail as shit.
Yeah, you ain't gonna do shit.
You can't do shit at that point.
You're done, son. You're gonna fucking get off the bed and break your ankle.
Exactly.
Snap! Oh, my leg!
So, like, 500 years, with a fucking 20-year body. Like, that's it.
That sounds like a good...
That's solid.
Good 21, 22 years.
You get to be part of things and experience it instead of just watching it go by.
Or hearing about it in the fucking book.
About it, yeah.
I totally get that. I feel it.
I fuck with that.
You guys are selfish. You guys would take a whole 1,000 years, man. That's crazy.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Greedy.
100%.
I am.
Everybody else has a choice. You picked 100. That's your problem.
I picked 100 because I'm not trying to be greedy. I'm trying to leave space for somebody else.
Nah, fuck
now
that.
Somebody got to wait another 1,000 just to,
Sucks to suck.
That's true.
I'm trying to build,
I guess you waited in line.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. Well, you don't always get what you want when you stand in line.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I was going to make a bad joke. What you got?
Listen, man, I've been it's been a crazy week for news and shit.
For nudes?
Nudes?
Where are the nudes at? I came across this story where there's a lot of backlash for someone. He created this software.
Mm-hmm.
Let me backtrack. Okay, how do you guys feel when you call into like Verizon or customer support or some shit, and an Indian person answers the phone?
I just
no comment.
I'm gonna say like the communication sometimes lacks because of, like the language barrier there sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you think, Ar?
It doesn't. I'm not mad because they're Indian. I'm mad because I feel like you know what? To the easiest way to put it is what you said, Monks. Like, there's a language barrier, and getting my point across, I'm gonna have to talk more like bluntly and very proper because they're not gonna understand me, and I think that's an inconvenience for me as a customer. So I don't like that.
Okay, so there's been this backlash recently because there's this company that made a software that basically whitewashes those calls. So you call in customer support,
Right.
and they're like, "Hi, how are you?" And in the software, it generates it, and it's just like, "Hi, how may I assist you today?"
What
like
the fuck?
it completely changes it to a fucking and people were mad. The way they called it was like they're making it more white, like in quotations, like they didn't even want to admit that shit. And I was sitting there like, "Damn, that's crazy!" Like, why aren't they funding that shit? Like, because I've had those moments where I hear it and I'm like, "Hey, bro, what the fuck are you saying?"
Yeah, like
But
it's hard
they've been
sometimes.
getting backlash because they pretty much like they translate it to where like it's just more like American accents, like it's just more understandable. And I was just like, I understood the backlash. Like, I guess people can be upset about it, but even the person that made it, he was kind of upset because he's like, no, 87. He said like 87% of this company isn't even white. Like, we're not even white. We
What
just
the
wanted to
fuck?
make this shit to help people, and everyone got mad and canceled that shit just because they were making it more
Y'all some bitches.
white when all they wanted to do was just make it more understandable. And it's like, I don't know, just seeing how technology is nowadays, like, fuck yeah.
The advancement, yeah.
You know what? You guys may disagree with me, but I don't even think it should be considered a white thing. I just think it should be American.
Right.
Like, I'm not trying to be American. America. I'm just saying, like,
America, fuck
like,
you.
like if you're using that product in Germany, and or let's say the UK, and they have a UK accent, like, you shouldn't be offended by that. Like, it's meant for them. So I don't know. That's kind of stupid.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like I would agree with that shit. Like, especially if it turns a UK accent more American, like I would fare much better.
I think it's more about just to
I like
understand.
that accent. Just saying.
I mean, yeah, I don't
Not
mind
from a
it.
guy though.
Good save on that one. I don't think anybody should take offense to it because it's a form to help communications. That's what it is, And I think it's great. What if you have a business in the UK or Germany, Korea, whatever the fuck, and you want to get it to the US, but yet you have no means or access to a translator. Like, buying that shit, like, fuck yeah. Like, I could talk to people online. Like, I don't have to worry about much and shit. I don't see the bad in it. People need to let that shit go. Stop fucking reaching.
Word, exactly. I think that's what it is. It's like everyone just wants something to be offended by when it does help people. Now, let me segue into this shit since I just said helping people. There's a school district. It was so crazy to me when I heard about this shit, but they're pretty much just bringing back hitting children. The school, and it was with parents' permission as well. Like, they send out a slip or whatever the fuck, but they were like, hey, and this is a direct quote. I pulled this direct quote up. It was, swatting buttocks with the paddle will be administered when all other forms of discipline have failed. So they're pretty much saying, like, these little shits were so troublesome that we just resorted to spanking the shit out of them because nothing else worked. And obviously parents were iffy about that. Like, parents were agreeing and disagreeing.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it was like, with parents' permission, we're going to smack the shit out your kids. So, and this is going on right now. Like, this isn't just some, like, there's actually school districts that still allow this shit. And there's some that are just like, hey, nothing else is working. Like, we're just going to give them a little bop.
Just a little fuck yeah, wake me up there. It's funny because my elementary school in Compton, one time I got in trouble and they made me hold books in the cafeteria. Like, fucking against the wall and shit, yeah. And, like, I think about it and I'm like, God damn, dude, like, that was some brutal fucking, some punishment,
Yeah.
But then bringing that shit back, I mean, if the parents are cool with it, Is it cool? Probably not. Like, you don't know what type of demons you're awakening by doing that to kids.
I mean, the whole paddle thing, I did want to get into this a little bit. Like, do you think it's a paddle because they don't want you to smack them bare hand? Because, like, that would be, like, pedophilia?
I think so. Or I think it's just
I don't know. I won't say pedophilia.
Yeah, no. I get what you're saying. It's less like it's more PC to smack them with a paddle than to smack them with an open bare.
Yeah, because the example I'll give is like dogs.
Whoa!
No, really. The example I'll give is dogs. Like, when they say you want to discipline a dog, it's better to use like a newspaper, like just something that's not your hand, because then they get afraid of your hand.
Right.
But if you use something like an object, then they're not afraid of you. They're afraid of that object.
Right. And you don't get that whole, like, when you pick up your hand, they fucking...
Yeah, exactly. They don't flinch.
They don't
So
flinch.
it's like the only time they'll flinch is when you pick up the thing that's for disciplining them. So I could kind of see, like, in some sense, how it's more healthy, I guess, psychologically, where they're not afraid. You know, they're not afraid of the backhand. They're afraid of the belt.
Is that why Sadie always flinches every time?
She beats me, bro. Don't get that shit twisted. She fucking beats my ass all the time.
Sadie, blink twice.
I'm blinking twice.
You're a criminal, sir.
Help me.
You're a fucking criminal.
So yeah, I don't know if I agree with it, but I would like to hear more about like what other shit was tried before they resorted to having to just paddle the
I'm
kids.
guessing the whole, like, you know, talking to them stern, in-school suspension. I think that one's going to be before expulsion, though. Expulsion.
I'm not fully against it, but at the same time, I feel like we should. How about we hold off on doing that part, and maybe we give the power to the parents again to be able to discipline your kids as you see fit,
without fear of,
you know, within reason, obviously, right?
Don't be boxing your kids and shit.
Yeah, you know, like
well,
we like, and I'm being serious here, like on like some Gabriel Iglesias shit. Gabriel, no, what's his name? Gabriel Fernandez.
Oh, okay.
Fernandez.
The kid, right?
The little boy. You know, like that's too far. Like that's not even in the same ballpark. That's not even in the conversation.
That's not discipline. That's
I'm just
abuse.
saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. Like that's the distinction I'm trying to make here. Is like there's a too far, but then there's also no real like middle ground where we can actually still discipline our kids legally because you know everything is just assault now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say give the power to the parents again, and then maybe if that doesn't work, maybe we could
hand it to the teachers.
Give it to the teachers. But I mean, yeah, that's I feel like it's a we're skipping a step. That's all I'm saying.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
Or like a ruler.
Because I mean,
smack.
Yeah, something like that. Because, I mean, it says, like, they do ask for the parents' permission and stuff. And there's some parents that were like, I don't agree with that. Like, let the parents do it. But some were just like, hey, fuck that kid.
Beat that motherfucker. You do it so I don't get CPS called on me. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, I guess that's where it's kind of fucky. Like, they're at least reaching out to the parents.
I think teachers should be allowed to, like walk by you and fucking, you know, like the back of your head and shit if you're acting up.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
I think that's a fair one.
I don't agree with that.
You're paying attention?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Shit.
I think I think your teachers should be able to talk shit to you though, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
That's right. Some verbal abuse.
Yeah, like your mom's a bitch type shit.
Oh, okay. All right.
Have you?
All right. My head smacking is too far.
Hey, just one last thing about it. Have you guys ever? What is your guys' stance on like when there's a fight going on? You know how the teacher can't like break it up or they get fired, or like if the student is like fucking with the teacher and then they swing and then the teacher swings back and they get in trouble. Like, what do you guys think? I think it's fair game. I don't think teachers.
I think if we're gonna square up, it should be all fair game.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have the balls as a kid to go up against your teacher,
true.
Put your dukes up. You know.
Yeah.
But you get your ass whipped, you can't go cry about it. You have to sit your ass back down. And finish the day in school like that.
With a fucking fat lip and shit. I'll see you in class tomorrow, motherfucker.
Bring your fucking pencil next time. Oh, shit.
Well, speaking of teachers, there was a teacher in another state that she's an art teacher, and the parents were super upset because of how she was, because of her body. They were body shaming her.
Oh, shit.
So I just wanted to I'm going to show this to you guys. I'll put it up on the screen.
Okay.
What do you think, man? You think they have a do you think they have a point or what's going on here?
This motherfucker.
Should I read the article?
Hey,
give me some time to like.
Don't show that shit to me again, dude.
All right. An elementary art teacher from New Jersey is making headlines after many on social media called her out for her reportedly wearing inappropriate tight clothing in her classroom. The teacher responded via a video on IG. According to reports, the New York, Jersey art teacher, whose name has not yet been revealed, frequently uploads pictures to her IG. However, many parents were upset at her outfits and took to social media to blast the teacher, as many people agreed with them. One person wrote, "You're in a classroom taking Instagram pictures with your ass out. Showing pictures in the class with your butt in the air is very inappropriate." And that's pretty much it. What do you guys think, though?
Well, I mean, first question is like, who searched the Instagram? What parent was it that was looking?
I'm sure
at
a kid found it.
You know what I'm saying? Friends. Second of all,
Or
watch your kid,
or she went to school in that area and somebody knew her.
Somebody knew her. I think it's too far, man. I think you're looking at the.
Or she hashtagged elementary school. She fucking put her location. I'm just saying.
Yeah, dude, she had
I'm just saying.
like school pride or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't like skimpy stuff. It's just tight stuff, and I can see. Nah,
you looked it up.
Tight stuff.
No, you show me the picture, asshole. I'm just saying, like, I think it's more like reading into it. If you're just like, oh, you shouldn't be wearing that, like it's too sexy. Like, oh, you think it's sexy, motherfucker?
Oh, what are you staring at?
Like,
You know
what I'm saying? Like, what are you looking at?
How about some of the wives check the husbands? Because I think that's where it comes from.
Because I mean, and I don't know if we can like throw it as a social media thing, but you know, I remember fucking. Should we even say this shit, Mrs. God? Like, see, but like all these teachers that you're just like, damn,
Milburn,
like, please.
Yo, if you went to
cut that shit now,
if you
dude.
went to Toronto High School,
Cut that shit now. But I'm saying, like,
sick fucking man.
Wow, bro.
He meant that shit. He didn't. That was no joke.
You know, if for an example, she looks like the little short bitch from The Incredibles. The fucking with the glasses. Yeah, Edna, dude. That's what she looked like.
I just watched that shit. She looks just like that. She looks just like that. That's crazy.
You're a fool.
But I think as a student, you're never just like, ew, what's going on? You're just like, oh, word, that's what she's doing today? Like, you going to lunch like, hey, did you see what the fuck's going on with this fucking teacher? Like, yeah, so I think it's more of a social media thing. Probably a mom. It's probably a mom.
Or her husband got caught looking at her Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I don't think there's anything wrong with this particular teacher. It's just motherfuckers sexualizing her, I guess, man. I don't know.
What are you gonna do if you catch your kid beating his shit to her?
Dude, just don't let your mom see you, son. Like, go find.
You can throw some holy water on that little guy or what?
Yo.
Maybe I'll take away Instagram for 3 days.
Like, make him fast?
Yeah, make him fast. Don't do it again. Like, don't do it again in front of me and we're cool, dude.
Lock the fucking door, please, dog.
Wow.
That's kind of wild.
Yo.
That is.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, if that was at my kid's school, I don't know. I don't think I would trip out.
I'd be more concerned if she's teaching them fucking right things, you know.
When's
It was an art class though. So I mean,
when's the parent?
You can't teach art, motherfucker.
Huh?
What'd you say? What'd you say?
It was an art class. It wasn't even like a real class.
So what, dog? What the fuck? You can teach art, dog.
I get that, but I mean,
teach me so.
Huh? Excuse me?
Huh?
They saying I'm gonna make it on, and I'm gonna be very upset.
She could teach art, dude. That's what she does.
Where?
Oh,
she teach everything.
Shit. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Teach
saying?
it all.
She's like a really good teacher for art, you know?
Yeah, okay. I hear what you're saying.
You hear me?
You feel me?
You hear me knocking? Well, let me in.
You smelling what I'm sniffing, bro?
Oh, shit. Baby, I love you. All right? This is all jokes. It's for the show, all right?
Yeah, it's for the show.
Right.
What else you got, man? What do you think? How you feel?
What's that?
We're about an hour.
I think it was pretty good. I think we had some decent conversations.
We did.
Do you have anything else, John? You're hiding something.
I got one more thing.
Right, let's go.
But this is more hearsay. Like, I don't know how you guys...
He doesn't want to get sued.
No, it's not even that bad. Okay. So there's a new bill going through about New York officers, NYPD.
Mm-hmm.
They can't... and this shit's in quotes. Like, they can't talk in unnecessary casual conversations due to a tactical problem and possible risk for officers and public. So they can't have conversations at the water cooler now. Like, hey man, how's your day going?
Like
they're gonna get reprimanded for shit like that. Just because of I don't know. I obviously don't know what led up to this, but I think the idea is like now with all the abuse shit going on and just like them getting in trouble for every little thing, they can't like have conversations in the hallways pretty much. And it's like
So they're trying to avoid getting catching another cop fucking.
Yeah,
up, slipping
exactly.
up.
So it's like I don't know. I feel like it's counterintuitive because it's like if they feel they can't do that shit, why would they want to protect motherfuckers?
Right. Why are they gonna do their fucking job?
Why are they gonna do their job? So yeah.
That's crazy. You make somebody miserable at work, they're really gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like you in the hallway, bro. Like that's what it says right there. Like casual conversation. Like just because it might.
Can't even say good morning and shit. You say
don't
good
talk
morning,
to me,
don't
criminal.
Yeah, exactly. You're one of the bad ones. Bad apple.
Money laundering over here.
I'm a what?
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
Look how quick.
Hey,
you
John
changed
does
that.
his taxes, bro. I don't know why you talking about him. You know?
You're doing with H&R Block, huh?
Don't look him up.
H&R Block.
Don't look him up, dude.
Hey, there's transcripts of your tax returns online.
Yeah.
Oh, word?
Yeah, dude.
We seen them.
Let me see them.
Hey, let me get Photoshop.
Is your name Trump?
you got Photoshop?
Were they
dude?
returned?
Hey, they're about to raid your house, dog.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh shit! Is that what my Ring camera just went off, dude? Is that what's going on?
They weren't supposed to set it off. Fuck.
But yeah, I don't know. It just had me thinking like maybe this day and age, these generations and shit, maybe they are a little more sensitive.
Hands down.
You know?
Yeah. Can't take a cruel joke or anything, you know.
Yeah, a cruel joke.
Cruel joke.
Or a cooler joke at the cooler.
A cooler joke. You can't.
Oh, okay.
You ever told the cooler joke?
That's what you meant. Okay, yeah, I feel that.
I got bars with a foe. Follow me on Instagram.
Bars with a foe.
Oh shit.
Swaglit. Swag boy.
Yeah.
Let's
the
not bring
homies.
let's not bring that back.
That should be the intro song.
It should be. That shit was lit.
The romantic bars.
Technically that was our first podcast. No?
That was our first podcast. That was our first podcast.
That is sad.
That was a good one.
That's
That was a
actually
good
where
one.
the whole face thing came on.
Oh yeah,
thumbnail.
yeah, motherfucker.
Where I look normal. Where I look like myself.
The mystical man.
Fucking Bruno Mars in there and shit with me and John, dog. What the fuck?
Well, I always wanted a fedora, and finally some little white boy had a fedora, so I took it.
Hell yeah.
Like a Tanner Pharrell, you know? Like,
Come on, bro. I was fresh to death.
That's just beautiful.
Come on, dude.
Fuck you, art.
Hey.
You need a fucking art teacher.
You sure do. You sure
Hey,
do.
bro, I would love to learn from an art teacher, bro.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because, she's creative and shit.
Right.
Shit, that's why.
You know what I mean?
Imagination.
Fashion sense.
Fashionable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's probably a good person.
She's a woman. Did you say good pussy?
Good person.
You said that.
I said good person.
You said that was kind of low. I don't know.
Good person.
I heard the Y. I heard the Y at the end.
Person.
Oh shit.
Hey, well, whatever, bro. Good night. Thank you guys for listening. Catch us on 150.
Peace.
Do it.